If money is controlling your decisions, life choices, and is stressing you out from the bills piling up, then pay close attention to this quick video because I'm about to ask my mom some of her top secrets that are responsible for her creating over $50 million in sales inside of her entrepreneurial journey. Crazy part is, my mom and dad were so broke when I was born, they raised me in a $20,000 home they could barely afford, to now just a few years ago when I left my parents' home and started my own life, I was living in a $1 million home the last 15 years before I moved out into my own home. This video is important because my mom and dad are responsible for giving me the wisdom that has now gone on to create a lifestyle for my own family at 32 years old that most people just really can't believe. Because at 32 years old, apparently I'm not supposed to already have a $500,000 home on a golf course, a brand new Range Rover for my wife, a Bentley Continental GT Speed, and family trips all over the world whenever I want, and then to top it off with also getting to hang out in all the most amazing places all over the world with all of my entrepreneurial friends whenever I want. I'm not supposed to have this lifestyle because unfortunately most people only know the old school ways of making money, which says go to school, get a job, and go slave away for a boss for a $40,000 a year salary and then die unhappy. But thankfully the wisdom that was passed down to me by my mother said screw all of that, and her wisdom showed me that if you go after becoming a full-time entrepreneur, you can have whatever kind of lifestyle that you want. Either way, pay attention to the secrets that my mom shares in this video if you want to get your bank account up to where money no longer controls your life ever again. What's going on, family and friends, with my mom?
Hey everybody.
You know I always talk about her all the time. And on this video what we're going to talk about a little bit is how to elevate your legacy. And what's exciting is what I just got in this store behind us is going to elevate my legacy, and I'll be able to pass it on to my children and then their children and children. So let me give you a quick little background. So elevating your legacy literally came from my mom, as far as like I watched her literally, and my dad, and we'll have him on here later. You know, I watched them go through a tiny house to a decently big size house to a very big house, but I also watched them go through a lot of ups and downs, lots of struggles, right?
Yes.
Lots of struggles.
Falling down, but we got back up.
Yeah, that's right. They got back up. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality is, what I want you guys to understand when we're talking about, and I even have a shirt on, it says elevated today, is you know, elevating your legacy really comes down to what you show your children. Okay, my mom's a multi-million-dollar national in her company, but the reality is it's because, you know, and the reason why I'm successful is because I watched her go through the ups and downs her entire life. I mean, how many times do you think you failed throughout that process?
Oh gosh, well it's 30 years for me now in the company, so at least once or twice a week.
A week, see?
A week. Not a month, but once or twice a week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sure.
So, and I saw my mom go literally through so many struggles, and so that's why even myself already, I've been doing my online journey for, you know, probably 10 years or so, but the reality is, you know, I've really been successful about the last 5 years, but I still go through ups and downs all the time. And so once I saw my parents go through it, my dad even the same thing in his business and his job, I mean, you know, the reality is, like, I just knew that I could always overcome it because I watched them. So it's not what's taught, okay, in life, it's what's caught. And so that's why with my children around, when they see me do my videos, when they see me do live events, when they see me do all my stuff, I realize that they're watching me, because that's all I did with mom. I actually was her DJ for a while in some of their events she did.
It was really good.
And I was pretty good at that too, but the reality was I got to see her on stage. I got to see her, you know, show people like what the vision was of what they could have, right, when they actually went with the business and rocked it, you know. And so that was so neat to see as well. But, you know, here's the thing. What I want to show you guys really quick, and what we're talking about in elevated legacy, is we're going to talk a little bit about diamonds, okay? All right? And look,
diamonds are a girl's best friend, by the way.
Yes, exactly. But what did you always used to say on stage about diamonds? Because diamonds are pretty and beautiful and are sparkly and they're amazing, right? But the reality is, how did the diamond actually get created?
Right. Well, the diamond is really just a chunk of coal that was made good under pressure. And that was my story. And I always told that story from stage because I came to the United States with $20 in my pocket. But what I had the most valuable gift for me was the American dream. I had a dream in my heart that nobody could take away from me unless I gave them permission to do so. And so I love diamonds because you got to go through that pressure or you'll never find your point of power.
That's amazing.
And that's why the diamond has got such clarity, is because it's under continuous pressure underground, and they have to be dug for. So you got to dig for diamonds in your business. Same thing. So, but your why has to make you cry. So Vince, you were my why. So all those times I fell down, it's true. All those times I fell down, and there were maybe more than what I said. It was easy for me to get back up because I wanted to stay home and raise Vince with my values and have a company that ran out of my home that was successful. So I was willing to do the work. I was willing to do what it took in order to be successful. So to be elevated, you have to work and operate out of excellence, and discipline will exude excellence. So in order to be successful in this business, you've got to be disciplined.
Amen, for sure. Yeah, and that's what I watched. I mean, my mom, she's literally gotten up at 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning.
I still do.
And literally goes to sleep sometimes at 12 again in the a.m. You know what I'm saying? So that's an all-day situation. Yeah. So the reality is, you know, she's got freedom. She can do whatever she wants. She's got diamonds. I mean, look at the diamonds on her hand already. I'm not wearing
them all today, but
already some of them, I mean, there's like, you know, diamonds for days, right? And so what's cool about the diamonds is, let me just show you, just to bring this back, and we're going to be doing lots of videos together in the near future, okay? But the reality is, okay, so I got this watch not that long ago. It was probably, you can't really see it that good in the video, but I got this watch a little bit ago from the same place we are right now, and it just got me started to think, like, you know, the reality, like, I didn't think about the watch that much when I got it. I was like, this is a cool watch, but then I started thinking of all Mom's diamonds and what she's done, and then I started thinking about the diamonds made good, you know, under a chunk of pressure. It's just cold, it's dirty, it's nasty, and then all of a sudden it's beautiful. And so I started thinking of all that, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I want to get my mom something, because I've never got her anything special, you know, as far as like something that will last, you know. And so what I did was, I was like, man, I want to find a watch that looks somewhat similar to mine to pass on to my mom, because I've never gotten anything good. Like this watch right now retails for everything, it's about 15 grand or so, something like that. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but the reality is, it's not about the money, it's all about the legacy and being able to pass this on. So my vision and my goal is to pass this watch on to my dad, actually, and then once we do that, then obviously this will all start passing down to my children, and that's what's going to be really neat too. And so I got my mom a watch, right, and it's just the same, almost the same as me. So check it out, boom. So so I got her a Breitling. These are Breitling. If you guys don't know what Breitling are, it's a pretty cool company. I mean, it's pretty special. They work really hard. It's not just about the watch. Like, they, even behind the scenes, what's really neat about Breitling, if you look them up, man, they work their butt off just to make one watch. Right. There's a lot of value behind it, a lot of energy behind it. And so what's so neat about these diamonds is we're wearing them, we're rocking them, you know, things like that. We're putting our energy into them. And so what I really started thinking, I was like, Mom, you have so many diamonds that do you even use them anymore, right? All these pins and all this stuff. And so I'll show it on the video right now, all these bar pins. And when we were up here and we were getting Mom's watch adjusted, one of the guys in there, what did he say to you? He said something about your diamonds that you have now. What did he say? I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said, I don't know. It was it was basically something about, why are you waiting to give these on, you know, because she went and got all these things appraised and valued. I mean, there was like literally tens of thousands of dollars in diamonds, and he was like, why would you wait to pass these on? Why not, you know, create something now, you know, and give it on now? And we were like, wow, that's a good advice, you know, because my mom's mom just passed away last year, a little bit, like a month and a half ago of the time we're shooting this video of last year. And, you know, she's passed on all this stuff, and they were all thinking, you know, it's like, man, it's like the value that she could have passed on before would have been so cool, because that's just more energy that could have been passed on to the next person, right? And so what's so exciting is, you know, Mom and that guy, and then everything that happened all at the same time, Mom's pins and bar pins, I'll show you on video real quick, I'll put it over the top of this, we turned it into a powerful ring, okay, because I wanted to get a ring. But here's the real quick backstory before I show you this. But the thing is, I wore my dad's wedding ring for about a week, just randomly out of nowhere, and the energy that I felt, you know, because my mom actually got him those diamonds back in her first year. What was your first job that got that old school wedding ring? What was the first job that you did to get that? Oh my gosh, for Dad? Yeah. Oh, I had 3 jobs. 3. I was a nanny.
I was a waitress, and I tried out to be an NBA cheerleader, and I never ever cheered my whole life, but I went with the right attitude. And these girls were amazing, and guess what, they picked me. And you know why they picked me? And I became an NBA cheerleader for 3 years. They said, because of your attitude, we can teach you anything.
That's
but you
awesome.
see all these successful people around you that were doing the splits. I never did a split, couldn't do a back handspring, couldn't do anything. They said, you are teachable and you're coachable because you came with the right attitude. So that's why we want you. And they said, we will teach you everything. And they did. And they kept me on for 3 years. And of course then got pregnant with Vince. And of course that story of my life had to end. But it was an amazing journey for sure. I was willing to work.
NBA cheerleader. See, that's what Mom just said. A little quick tip before we go on is attitude is everything.
Everything.
Everything. I mean, if you got a good attitude, your energy is going to be contagious, and people are going to believe in you.
And it'll take you to the top. It'll take you to any dream. You don't have to be skilled in any profession in particular, especially when you're in in-home business, you're building your business. You don't have to be degreed. You don't have to come from a certain family. I came to the United States with $20, but I had a dream. So you got a dream. Don't give other people permission to steal it.
Exactly.
Because when you do, who's got the power?
Exactly.
Right?
They got the power. For what?
And then you elevate them. And you do not elevate yourself.
Exactly. And what you said, people, man, we're going to keep rambling on for days because I just thought about something else that you taught me is like, would you gladly, this is what you guys got to think. I learned this from Mom. You know, you're talking about people stealing away their thunder, and so many people that I work with, their thunder gets stolen away by their circle, their surroundings.
Yeah.
And you said this a long time ago, and it resonated with me until this day is like, would you gladly trade places with the person that you're taking advice from?
Yes.
And I guarantee 99.9% of the time, if it's something negative coming into your life, it's not anybody you would even come close to trading positions with. You know what I'm saying? So realize that. You guys got to understand your circle of influence is everything. And the way that you believe, your mind is like a sponge, right? And so if you're around people that are negative people, man, you're gonna get taken down by them, period, end of story. And so you got to understand, but that's the good thing. You're always going to be around negative people, but you got to understand, would you gladly trade places with them? And if you wouldn't, then don't listen. Block it off. You know what I'm saying? Move on. Right. But here's the cool thing. All right, so back to why I'm so excited.
He's just teasing you guys.
I just can't wait till we start doing stuff together. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Vince, you're so fun.
So this right here, boom. Look at this thing. All right, this is a ring that we created. You guys probably really can't see all the goods in it. See if I can come up here a little bit into some of the sun here. Hold on. There we go. A little bit. I mean, it is crazy. So I'll do another video and kind of splash it on top for you guys. But this ring literally has so much energy in it. It's not about how much it's expensive as heck. Don't get me wrong, but it's about the energy that Mom put in to get these diamonds. And so why don't you explain just a little bit, Mom, real quick, because this video is already getting long. I know we could literally do hour-long videos. I know together.
I think he will cut snippets.
Maybe, probably not. I don't care. Hey, shoot, y'all gonna have to just chill. No, but this ring right here, so what's cool about these diamonds is Mom earned every single one of these diamonds, okay? One of them was the wedding ring that we just talked about, and the other one she earned from her company, and then other things that she did with the money that she created with that company. But the reality is, like, the energy of it, she had to put so much energy in to get these diamonds. And that's what's neat about it. It's not about the value, it's not about how expensive it is, it's about the energy that she put in to therefore, you know, put it on my hand. Now the energy's coming into my life. You know, that's what's neat. And that's what I told you guys earlier. When I wore my dad's old wedding ring, right, that actually has some of his diamonds in here now from that wedding ring, I just felt so much different. I felt their energy, you know, and even when they're not around, I feel their energy. So that's what's so cool. I'm gonna be wearing this thing all the time, and then like my mom and dad will be with me no matter what, you know what I mean? So that's what's so cool. And passing this on to my children, and it's just gonna be so neat. But anyways, so Mom, just explain a little bit about the energy that's gone in to these diamonds that are in here.
Well, there's a lot of years of experience for sure in the diamonds, but one of the things I want for you all to know, those of you that are listening, is that the prizes that I was earning along the way with my company was directly reflected by how many people's lives I changed. So the diamond, if I had earned a diamond just for me to look fabulous, that would never give me joy. So the diamonds that he's wearing are reflecting hundreds of thousands of lives that I was blessed to change all these years in the company, because you can't earn or you cannot win in life unless you directly affect people. And so when you help enough people get what they want, you're going to have what you want. So that's what they really represent, is not just the work that I did, falling down, getting back up, absolutely, but keeping the main thing. So elevating other people will get you the elevation you want. It's kind of like getting in an elevator, right? You can push the button to go to the first floor and stay there. Not a very good view. But if you push the button and you go to the 24th floor, you're going to have an incredible view. And the view is so much clearer at the top. And so for me, looking at the success stories of the women that I was blessed to be around, blessed to educate, and blessed to teach, after I myself invested in being taught, because you got to teach yourself first. Put yourself in university yourself, because if you're not in a university to work with that has the tools and the capabilities, and you don't have a why that makes you cry. See, Vince was my why that made me cry, because I had a 60-hour work week. I already was in. Now this is after all those other 3 jobs. I landed a great job. And so I was working 60 hours a week, and it was a lot of work for me. So when I came home at night, I was exhausted. So starting an in-home business, I couldn't quit my job. I wasn't able to do that. I needed to pay the bills with my husband. And so I was searching for something. So when the right fit came along for me, I knew it would work. But then I kept thinking, oh my God, now how do I fit that into my life? And so we looked at our calendar, and so I gave up 6 months of weekends for a lifetime of weekends, so I could do anything I wanted that 6 months after. So 6 months to the day once I set the goal, and I got up, made things happen, fell down, got back up, elevated myself back up. Anytime I didn't want to do it, I felt exhausted after work, all I had to do is look at Vince's picture or look at him sleeping in bed, and I'm like, I'm doing this for him. No matter what, I don't care. I am doing it. And so I made it happen. I worked the business every night when he was asleep, and then on the weekends, I worked every single weekend for 6 months, for the freedom that I had for the last 29 and a half years.
Oh, wow, that's powerful. I didn't even think about that, because 6 months is what I always tell everybody, that they need to really focus. Like, that's where you build. It's wild. It's like when you think about homes, or you think about anything
educating yourself, right? You're getting yourself equipped. And if you have no tools, it's like if a builder didn't have tools to build a house, he'd have all this stuff, but there wouldn't be any completed project.
Right.
So in order to have completion, you have to put yourself in the process of growth every day. Not once a month. You can't dial in once a month to any university and a professor would give you a degree.
Right.
Look at it like that. If you don't show up to go up, you're out. You know, they'll fail you.
Yeah.
So you have a moment in time every morning to ask yourself this question: would I hire me or fire me today? Based on how I feel, number one, my attitude, and the work ethic that I have, and the plan I've put in place to follow the purpose for my life.
Amen.
Because your purpose will give you your passion. And when you have passion, you'll be unstoppable, and you will be elevated to a level of excellence that nobody can ever deny you touching. It's just like when we went in here, and the guy who did all the appraisals on all my diamonds, Vince, remember? And he said, oh, is that top performer that I know? And he was so proud, you know, to show me off to the others within the store, because he knows the story. So your story will bring you glory. But if you do not decide on what you want, you're gonna be denied. You won't get it.
Exactly.
It's not gonna come, land on your doorstep. You can pray all you want, and you can get the right people around you all you want, but if you're not willing to do what it takes, then it's just not going to happen. So elevate yourself to excellence. I'm so glad I did. Watching Vince's face when he put that on his finger. I wish we could have videoed, but they don't let you video in the
you
store.
can't. There's too much money in there. So
and they actually have guarded policemen in there
everywhere.
that know his dad. But even at that, they won't let you video. And so Vince having a part of our legacy, I was so grateful that that gentleman in there, when he was appraising Scott, said, give it to him while you're alive, and how you can see the joy in his heart. And so all those no's and all those rejections and all that stuff that happened on the road to success, my success story, they're so worth it to watch his excitement, because he came running out in the parking lot going, oh my gosh, and holding it in the sun. But he will value it more than that, because he knows that every single stone in there represented lives changed. And there's nothing better than that, and that's what you do so well, Vince. You know, I watch you on video, and I'm such a proud mama. Proud mom.
I always tell you guys out there, I got it from my mama. You can obviously see it right now. But that's what is so neat about this ring. It's like mom put in all that energy, but this represents hundreds of thousands of people, you know?
Yes.
And so the same, like, that's why, you know, what's so neat about this, when I pass this on to my children, right? So I'm hoping to, you know, my little boy comes up and he, you know, takes over. But when I pass it on to him, I mean, I've already touched, and thank God for the internet, I've already touched hundreds of thousands of people already. But obviously her wisdom is the reason why I come through there. But we use the internet, obviously, and so it's a lot quicker. But now I got hundreds of thousands of people on here. I got hundreds of thousands of people in here pushing through this energy in this ring. So like I said, I mean, this ring has nothing to do with the value. It's very, very expensive, but the value to us, right? The value of what it's changed people's lives, it's unbelievable. I mean, this ring right here represents literally over 50 million plus in sales that my mom has done, right? And she hasn't kept all 50 million of that. A lot of that went to her team as well. So what you guys got to realize is this impact right here on this ring means so much, right? It's so much. And so that's what's neat. It's like, you know, that's the neat thing about just going full circle with this. These diamonds right here were just coal, nasty chunks of coal, right? And they became beautiful. But then mom put the energy to create these things in her life, right? And then all those people got infected in a great way, right? And so it's just so neat. Mom's changed so many people's lives, you know, and that's why my whole vision and my whole purpose is to do the same, you know, and then we pass that on to my kids. And so it's just very, very neat. So, you know, one of these days you guys are going to meet my dad. You might even meet him on this video. We'll see how he is when we get home. This video's gotten...
You will want to. You will want to meet you guys.
This video's gotten so long, so I don't know. It's just too powerful to, you know, to change it up too much. But we'll see what happens when we get home if dad feels it. He still works his thing. He still does his thing. Dad, why don't you tell just real quick who dad is real fast, you know, and then we'll go on sprint. We'll get out of here.
You want me to share?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. Well, when I married him, he was a police officer, and then he moved up the ranks, and he had a lot of things he had to overcome in the corporate environment, especially in a police force, and rose all the way to second in command of our city before he had to retire after 30 years. He was only 51, but he had to. That was their rule. But he got all the way up to second in command. I was so proud of him, and he came from a family like mine, very hardworking, they're all amazing. They all serve the city of Kansas City, either as firemen or policemen.
Yeah, amazing.
And his dad was so proud of him. And, you know, a lot of the training that I got with my company helped him also, you know, to know that he could have more. He didn't have to settle and just be a police officer. He could move all the way up the ranks. So he retired and took off a year, followed Vince playing college baseball, and then he got bored because he wanted to keep serving the community. And now he is Deputy Director of Combat, which is a phenomenal organization here in Kansas City. So, you know, we just don't know how to stop, really.
I think we could just keep going on forever. The reality is, maybe this video or maybe a different video, I will actually interview my dad a little bit, and we might do that today, and then I might do a part 2. We'll see. But the reality is, I want you guys to understand, like, everything that you see come out of my mouth, right? Everything you see me do is because I watched my parents go through it all. Right? I watched my parents literally go up and down and up and down and up and down, literally create the most magical, crazy, amazing life for me before I went off and did my own thing. That's why there was no way I could go, you know, and have a life where I didn't do anything amazing. Like, I literally watched them do everything, start from zero and go literally to they say hero. You know, the reality is,
and I'm a shero.
And a shero.
For you girls out there.
There you go. There you go.
The guys are called heroes.
Exactly. So in the near future, hopefully near future, we'll see. In in the future, you know, mom's gonna be online with me and rocking with me and giving you all this value. Literally, we could sit here and talk for like 25 million years. You know, and the reality is, like, I'm gonna break everything down, all the knowledge that I've learned from her, because I'm telling you, it's thousands of different things, and is the reason why I am where I am today, able to talk the way I'm able to talk, able to do what I am able to do, right? I took her wisdom, I took my dad's wisdom, I went online, and then that's the next level. You know what I mean? Once you can utilize and take your wisdom and put it online, that's when you can dominate the world. Look at Amazon. Look at all these places, all these companies on the internet. They're the ones dominating the world now.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real fast.
Yeah.
I know the video, we got to cut it here real quick.
Oh, good.
But here's the deal. When I started in 1988, that's 30 years ago, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have home computers. We didn't have social media. And I built a multi-million-dollar company without it.
Just hustling.
And so today, I'm just like amazed at what I see Vince doing and what you all are doing. I want to congratulate all of you, because those of you that are working it and building it for your why that makes you cry, because it's limitless. It's limitless. You can touch every corner of the world today with social media. So I'm just so proud of all of you. And in case somebody hadn't told you lately, that you've taken a chance on your dream. So dream big, because you can. The last 4 letters of American are I can. So go for it, you guys. I can't wait to hear all the success stories. Vince will be sharing them with me for sure.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, y'all, much love. Obviously, I'm going to get my mom on video a lot more here very soon. And I'm just so excited to share her, share my dad, you know, and just share the vision of the future that we all have together. And so super exciting times. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Comment below this video, like this video if you're on here. Let my mom know. She'll obviously watch and read and respond to all the comments as well. You know, it's awesome to have her kind of feel out my community, feel out the heart of all my people. You know, at the end of the day, mom knows, you know, she hears the stories and the people and the lives that, you know, I get to actually talk to and realize how much I changed and what it's done for them, and they just don't realize. And now you guys are starting to feel it. They just don't realize it literally comes through her. You know what I mean? The heart-centered mindset, you know, comes through her, you know, making sure that you guys out there are taken care of as well. So much love. We'll talk to you guys very soon. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm taking hundreds of thousands of people with me on my finger all over the place. And at the end of the day, you know, the reality is we're going to be here for you. We're going to guide you. We're going to teach you how to build an elevated legacy all the time, every single day. So much love. We'll talk to you guys very, very soon.